The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. Probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Night Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and Romaritime. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli, do you think they can't?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. Huh, you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff, just like you're, okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummage...
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I...
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't changed in millennia. The one person who'd ever disagreed with him? Modeste tried his best to Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I did? I told myself that maybe one day, when I've finally created a masterpiece of... Or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him. Unfortunately, that day will never...
Then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has being the perfectionist that he was, but as he baked and tasted, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. Over the course of his many the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. To offer. Yet despite everything, he sent me...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Remoria.
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail, and how much more devastating it is when it happens. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau de Bourg. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. One minute a genius, the next a joke. It would surely spell the end for his restaurant too. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot let that come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning detail. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price, I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's no telling what
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. They escaped your clutches. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last... But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of... Oh. It's... empty. It's...
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's...
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never... So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every
This can't be happening! All the years... All that... for an empty jar!
Monica, don't do anything stupid! This ruin is more dangerous than...
Oh, shit!
Praise be to Lord You
don't. If I can't get what I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
When did you... I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Traveler?
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Venegem, what are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on our merry derrieres? While the Traveler and Escoffier were out here
We had to do something. Even though that something ended up being, well...
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve... It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted like a tyrant in the kitchen. And now, come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head.
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the...
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left. And Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming back. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do is recognize where we get it wrong.
No.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's Chef Savannah.
Firmal? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubborn... But I'm too late, aren't I? The damage is done.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause...
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. But a small dose might simply make a person more emotional. Whether that means more fragile...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also well, that's what happens when you give someone a little bit of hope.
There's more. We believe that Firmin was likely not Monica's only.
You mean... she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumaline in the world. While food you do. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single... So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior.
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Is it just... I mean, is it because... you're a genius and I'm not?
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, it's pretty obvious that I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
No. I spent so long trying to find... It all comes back to one simple, undeniable truth. You're a genius. And I'm just plain old Savannah.
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. I came up with this recipe. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my gâteau de bois? 3 years. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? A couple hundred. You clearly have no idea how many genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. Modeste did, Savelli did, everyone. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from them and then keep chipping away until you crack the problem one. Surely you haven't forgotten all that.
I haven't forgotten.
That's our head chef.
Haha! Sounds like we won't need another changing.
What a perfect ending to a crazy journey.
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah.
Friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses. This is a cooking contest between 2 top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today, right now.
Hey, so,
Cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
Odds are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after... I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw any of it, I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Bois had reached a point where it didn't need. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime you. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Hi.
What? Paimon didn't notice at all!
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous, and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore. Hey!
Don't worry, it's not gonna be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time into my food. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Bourg revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers. Hope you enjoy, and remember...
All right! So, do you ever see your...
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got... Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mysteries. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Bourg. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those rooms, the so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles, better known to us as Lumiline.
Huh? So then, why all the hype back?
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then, so desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's... Even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin. Well, check it out. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Rumoria. Experts say it has immense artistic...
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to hold...
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped...
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Thank you for completing.
Interfere with the mixing process if you